Fog rolled over the bay like smoke from a dying fire. The ferry's horn cut through the mist, deep and lonely, as it carried a handful of tourists toward the rock that once held the most dangerous men in America, Alcatraz Island. The locals called it the Rock, but the guards who worked there had a different name for it, Hell on the Water. Claire Morris was the last one off the ferry that evening. A freelance photographer known for chasing strange stories, she jumped at the chance for an after-hours ghost tour of Alcatraz. The guide, a cheerful man with a flashlight too small for the dark, led the group through the main cell house, where every footstep echoed ominously. "This is cell block D, the isolation block," he said, his voice low. "Prisoners who misbehaved were sent here. No light, no sound, just cold concrete and your own mind for company." He paused at cell 14D, the air thick with tension. They say one prisoner begged to be moved, said something was in the dark with him. In the morning, the guards found him dead, bruises on his throat, but there was no one else in the cell. As the tour ended near midnight, the others boarded the return ferry, but Claire had permission to stay behind for photographs. By 1:00 a.m, the island was silent, save for the waves lapping at the rocks below. She set up her tripod near cell block D, the air colder and heavier, as if something was holding its breath. Her camera clicked and whirred in the dark. When the flash burst, something lingered, a faint whisper like a sigh pressed through the keyhole. Claire froze. The sound came again, a low murmur, words dragged through the water. Heart racing, she stepped closer to cell 14D. "Hello?" she whispered. A soft laugh answered, dry and distant. Then a voice, right against the bars. "You shouldn't have come alone." Stumbling back, Claire nearly tripped over her tripod. The flashlight trembled in her hand, revealing fresh scratches on the inside wall, forming a single word: stay. Rationality fought for control. It's just echoes, she thought. But as she forced herself into the cell, the air felt like wet wool, heavy and suffocating. Inside, it was almost completely dark. She lifted her camera again. Click. Flash. For a split second she saw it, a figure crouched in the corner, pale skin, eyes like polished coal, mouth stretched in a silent scream. Then the light died and the cell was empty again. Her flashlight flickered out. In the dark, something brushed her arm, cold, wet, human. Panic surged as she ran through the corridor, the floor slick beneath her boots, every breath a knife of ice. Footsteps echoed behind her, slow and deliberate, mocking her pace. When she burst into the main corridor, the footsteps stopped. She turned and saw nothing, only the fog pressing against the windows like a living thing. At dawn, the ranger's boat returned. Claire said nothing about the voice or the touch in the dark. That night, she loaded her photos onto her laptop. Every shot was normal, until the last one from cell 14D. At first glance, it was a smear of light and shadow, but zooming in revealed a man's face, half lit, mouth open, teeth bared. Behind him, dozens of faces pressed from the walls, blurred, twisted, screaming. The metadata glitched. It didn't say 106.m like the others. It said January 13th, 1941. A week later, park staff found Claire's tripod set up outside cell 14D again. The ferry logs showed no one had been authorized to visit that night. The camera was still recording. On the final frame, a faint broken laugh echoed, and a voice, hoarse, tired, eerily calm, said, "You shouldn't have come alone." They searched the island for days, but she was never found. Some nights, visitors claim they still hear a woman's voice calling from cell 14D. Others swear they see flashes of light deep in the isolation wing, like a camera going off in the dark. And if you listen long enough, over the crash of waves and the sigh of fog, you might hear the faint whisper that earned Alcatraz its final nickname, the island that never lets you leave.